It's Week 7 of the 2025 season, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
Now, meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders,
we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine of...
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 17 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Cowboys sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Prescott now from the 50.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning, because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. You talk about this Washington defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Well, the home team's offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. Prescott from the gun. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
27-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Daniels.
And that'll be incomplete.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Off the play fake, Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Daniels going to throw for it. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 36. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
On the option to give to Williams here.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Offering on for the Cowboys field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. To the air goes Daniels. This will be caught. It's Samuel.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Commanders.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
In motion left comes Brown.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they run with Blue. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here's Daniels.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
To throw is Daniels.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Daniels looking to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
They'll look to throw again.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Eluding the pressure right. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Prescott now.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
On the draw, here's Blue. Dances by him.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Prescott. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
A 59-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
A final shot before break. Daniels. Floating one incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Kenny Pickett, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Drake May, a touchdown pass in the victory. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Working out of the gun, Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler.
Even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stopped short of the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. Looking to throw. Daniels.
To the sideline and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Still 3rd down.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
7-yard gain. And the Cowboys first down. First
of the gun. They run with blue. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Prescott from the gun on third. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Operating from the gun, Daniels got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This is 2nd and 8. They go play action. Daniels.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal?
Touchdown!
Jake Ferguson.
Beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Cowboys use the short field to get in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Washington offense going back to work. But right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Daniels. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Daniels from the gun on third down.
And this is going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Throwing, Prescott.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Prescott from the gun.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Prescott.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. This is caught. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
At the 2-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Javonte Williams His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
And that right there is a depth.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Here's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Here's Daniels. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw is Daniels. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
2nd down and 6 now.
To throw is Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout?
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Here's a screen for Robinson.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back to throw again.
It returns it right back to Samuel.
And he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 36-yard line.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Noah Brown, 34 yards.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Now a toss going left, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So down a couple scores, only 1 timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
They run the option on second down.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Washington offense set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Flushed out right.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Dallas, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.